大家好，欢迎来到我的频道。If you're a total newbie in learning Chinese, then this video is for you. It has been a little more than a year since I moved to China and started my path of learning Chinese, and in today's video I want to share with you some practical methods I used to reach my current level while pursuing my studies and part-time job. Setting realistic goals is important for maintaining focus and staying committed to the learning process. Once you know what exactly you want to achieve and why you are learning Chinese, it's going to keep you on track. Your why can be traveling to China, talking with native speakers, or just watching Chinese dramas without subtitles. In my case, it's passing HSK 4, as all international students are required to have a solid level of Chinese language before graduation. For beginners, some of the specific goals can include learning basic greetings, numbers, some daily conversation phrases, along with mastering tones and pronunciation. It can take around 5 to 6 months to finish the whole syllabus of HSK 1 and 2. In my case, it took me around 6 months to finish the whole HSK 1 and HSK 2. Taking into account that I studied for around 7-8 hours per week, there was not some super quick or super slow pace. At this level, one of the most important things is mastering pronunciation and practicing as much as you can with language partners. At first, learning Chinese all by yourself can be a little challenging, so I do advise you to attend some tutoring courses if you have the chance. But if there is no chance, do not worry, there are a lot of courses available online that can teach you pinyin, tones, basic grammar, and all those beginner topics. I leave the links down in the comments, make sure to check out. Focus on your pronunciation and tones. Don't repeat my mistakes. Listen to as much Chinese as possible. Even if you don't understand everything, it's still good for your language immersion. Shadowing technique can also be very useful. The technique is all about listening and imitating what you hear. You can just turn on some Chinese drama, street interview, or even a song, listen to what people are saying, and imitate their words loudly, trying to make the same intonation, pronunciation, and even emotions. I started using this technique quite recently, not since I was a beginner, but I do advise you to use shadowing, as it's going to help your pronunciation, intonation, and fluency since the beginning. Try to find a good Chinese speaker who will highlight some areas for improvement or give feedback so that you can work on your weaknesses since the beginning. By the way, don't ignore pronunciation and tones and all that stuff, because it's going to get more and more difficult as you delve deeper into the language. When you are watching this video, you are probably already familiar with terms like hanzi and pinyin. Hanzi is a written character used to represent a certain word or concept, while pinyin is a romanized spelling system that is used to represent the sound of Mandarin Chinese. And yeah, the writing system of Mandarin Chinese can be a real headache. So do your best to master basics first. As a beginner, you should start learning this pinyin system, as it teaches you how exactly the words are supposed to be pronounced, basically how the Chinese language sounds. Understanding how pinyin works doesn't take that much time, and you can learn it with the help of special pinyin apps, some videos on YouTube, or even a pinyin keyboard. Learning the most common characters right away is going to make the language acquisition easier, and there are several techniques to make the whole process smooth. You can learn around 30 to 50 radicals, as they make up the foundation of most characters in Chinese. You should learn the shapes, strokes, and meanings of these radicals, and it's definitely going to make the whole process of learning characters easier for you. Once you're done with the radicals, focus on memorizing high-frequency characters. They make up majority of written Chinese. You can start with the most popular characters and learn their meanings, pronunciation, and stroke orders. By the way, stroke orders are also very important because they make your writing smooth and easy. Vocabulary is kind of a heart of any language, and the most common way people used to learn vocabulary and characters in Chinese is to write them down many times. This is a traditional learning method and requires a lot of time investment, can be a little boring and not as effective as you would expect, because you have to memorize a big amount of vocabulary. At first, I also used to do like that, but then I realized it's not that much effective and I tend to forget the words anyway. Another learning method is using flashcards with the new words and meanings. I can say it's more effective than traditional learning method, but it also takes a lot of time because you have to create your own customized flashcards, and they are also limited because you can write just the new word and the meaning. But what I needed the most was the context in which the words were written. This was the time when I came across another very effective way of learning new words using Mochi Chinese. Mochi Chinese uses a proven conversational approach method which focuses on practical, everyday conversations, whether it's ordering hot pot ingredients in the restaurant or asking for directions to a nearby tea house. Unlike traditional language applications that bombard you with vocabulary and grammar rules, Mochi Chinese takes you through interactive lessons covering useful topics such as ordering food, greetings, shopping, directions, and many others. Another outstanding feature of Mochi Chinese is its flashcard system, which uses a spaced repetition algorithm. The words you struggle with and tend to forget will appear more frequently, while the words you have already mastered will appear less often. Flashcards are beautifully designed with vibrant pictures, native audio pronunciations, meanings, example sentences, and interactive quiz-style exercises to test your understanding and improve your skills. You can flip through flashcards, categorize them by topic, or practice writing Chinese characters. But what really sets Mochi Chinese apart is its personalized learning. The app will help you memorize more than 1,000 Chinese new words in just 1 month with its unique golden time feature. It's a special feature based on spaced repetition, a very effective and widely used technique that will make sure you never forget the words you have learned. Based on your learning history, Mochi Chinese adapts to your individual needs, strengths, weaknesses, provide customized lesson plans to learn you more efficiently. The app will calculate and remind you to revise the new words at so-called golden time, the time when your brain can memorize the best. And you can study the flashcards anytime, everywhere using the spaced repetition method. You can also choose your learning pace, whether it's fast track to conversational fluency or a more gradual approach. Based on how long ago you learned the words, Mochi Chinese will divide them into 5 levels, level 1 being the recently learned words and level 5 being in the long-term memory. The app provides a comprehensive curriculum and covers a wide range of vocabulary starting with IHSK 1 and finishing with IHSK 6. Depending on which exam you are preparing for, you can enjoy a full package of vocabulary, equipping yourself with the necessary conversational skills. The courses are divided into small topics with around 10 words for each lesson. The app is designed with cutting-edge technology to make the learning process more interactive and fun. With gamification features like points, levels, and badges, you'll be motivated to come back to the app daily and see your progress. In Mochi Garden, you can plant your own progress tree and study every day to keep it growing. This was a super cute and fun feature for me, and I'm not missing a day to keep my tree growing. Mochi also makes learning more convenient by allowing you to study anywhere, anytime on your smartphone or tablet. You can easily fit in 10-15 minute lessons throughout your day, whether you're commuting, on a lunch break, or just have a few spare minutes. Mochi Chinese is available both for iOS and Android devices. You can go to App Store or Google Play, search for Mochi Chinese and click download. Don't miss your chance to start speaking Chinese very soon with Mochi Chinese. Some people may say that grammar does not matter that much, but believe me, it does. Grammar structures you learn as a beginner in Chinese make up a huge part of the whole language, so paying attention to those grammar rules since you start learning Chinese will make the whole process easier and help you build a solid foundation of the language. Some of the basic grammar you should learn include sentence structure, basic word order, question forms, verb conjugations, and many others. The grammar rules that you're constantly going to use in Chinese include shi, you, yao, bu, de, and many others. Make sure you understand them because when you learn Chinese further, there will be grammar rules that can be modified version of these grammar rules or anyway be associated with them. So I do advise you to understand them fully and be able to use in your conversations. To practice your grammar, I can recommend you something very traditional. It's making up sentences with each grammar rule and applying them in real life whenever possible. I personally, instead of just making up some random sentences, use a daily notebook where I write essays about how I spend my day, about my favorite movies, my favorite animals, my favorite hobbies, and etc. The content and topic may be different based on your level, of course, but as a beginner, writing such short essays will help you not only improve your grammar, but also revise vocabulary and work on your writing. The foremost goal of learning any language is, of course, communication. By talking regularly to people who speak Chinese, you'll be able to practice all the things you learn from textbooks. Otherwise, if you do not have a language partner, it's highly likely that you will find yourself in a state when you know a lot of vocabulary, a lot of grammar rules, but cannot talk with people. Try to spend at least 1 hour per week talking with people who speak Chinese. It can be your classmates, it can be your tutor, or even some native speakers. I personally have made some Chinese friends and went out occasionally with them. At first, of course, I didn't understand everything, but if we went out to eat, for example, I would rather catch some keywords like baozi, dabao, duoshao and many others. Some of the viewers probably do not have the chance to talk with native speakers face to face, so I do advise you to talk with your friends who are also keen on Chinese, as I have already mentioned previously. Maybe your tutors, like teachers, or you can also download some applications to find language exchange partners. But be careful, as it can be a little challenging because some accounts are fake and scam. Ultimately, don't be afraid to start conversations and grab every opportunity to speak as much Chinese as possible. It will be challenging, you will make mistakes, you'll make a lot of mistakes, but the key to learning any language is practicing consistently. I hope this video was helpful for you in showing how to learn Chinese faster and easier for beginners. I want to ask you, what kind of methods did you use to learn Chinese more easily and faster? As a beginner, please leave your opinions in the comments, and if you have any questions, also feel free to type in the comments. I'll be happy to help you all. Please don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe for more of the content, and see you in the next videos. Bye bye!